Henry. Take it away, guys.
It absolutely is, Trace. Dust 2 to kick things off. Na'Vi versus Liquid. You're about to witness two world-class teams go at it on a very fast-paced map. This is going to be very exciting. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be Na'Vi starting the CT side. Liquid kicking things off with the terrorist forces, and they're not messing around whatsoever. Straight out those mid doors and right up to B with the splits.
It's quick, and off the hop, they're already out past the smokes. That gives a chance to try and strike back through, though, for Zeus and Simple. Edward's already been removed by Elige, who follows up. Perhaps it was Natus instead that actually got the kill. Elige goes down to Electronic, waiting inside of the closet, but Taco twists. They'll do all the work. Simple, however, is the one alive, and he's got 3 to find. It's certainly doable. Knows the twists. Oh my! Is on the scaffolding, but twists up to the task, and the one that certainly can level with Simple on a good day gets Liquid round number 1.
Well, there it is. Like we said, very fast-paced there, Matt. Right off the bat, into the B split, the smoke towards CT spawn. 3 players through the mid doors, and you could see absolutely bullying this bomb site here. Natfly and Elige opening things up. They even had 3 players waiting inside the B site. Twist, brave to challenge Simple there with half HP, but a great shot with the Glock, and there will be no buy in the second round here. It's going to be a long stack for the looks of things from Na'Vi. Not really purchasing anything. We've got a P250 in the hands of Electronic, and Zeus, that's about as interesting as it gets, I'm afraid. Taco with the long control, AK in hand, doesn't need to overcommit to this. You need to make sure they slow down. They've got all the time in the world here. They're doing a great job of just flushing out these key positions, but as you can see, Electronic stacking the car will get 2 kills with the P250. Nap knows exactly where they are. Those Molotovs should be able to flush them out effectively as we see a couple more kills come through, and it'll be Simple to be dropped towards the end there as well. 2-0, and this is where the game really begins. We're going to have Na'Vi with rifles in the third, and the Orgs are coming out, the M4s too. I don't think... Oh, Simple could go glass cannon here at this point, Matt. I think he might do it, you know. He's got just enough money right on the nose, and he's gone for it.
Yep. He's going to pull it out early, so Simple on the defensive side. Round 3 has the AWP. They've got an AUG to go along with it. That's for Edward. He's been using that quite consistently. Likewise, Elige brings out the Krieg on the other side. So Simple trying to spot out toward CT spawn. Now, realizing as he creeps toward long cave that ooh, that's double Molotov, by the way. There's nades there, so try to nade to do early damage, and then a stacked Molotov thrown at the same time. Immediately would have taken him down if he was too close to the doorway, but Naf gets away with it, only tagged to 71 as a result. But again, they talked about it on the desk way back when. That's long, a bit like Banana on Inferno, is where the early action tends to be for map control, and you can see the amount of utility used there immediately.
Well, postured towards middle, and will be Twist. He's investigating shore right now. You can see it's a very B-focused defense from a Na'Vi. 3 players in there once again. It's going to be Edward at the window watching towards middle, and Electronic on the A-bomb site alone for now with Zeus patrolling long. The default continues. We hit the 1-minute mark here. They still have the majority of the utility on the T side. Nitro with the bomb outside those long doors, and Zeus, he is in a classic one-and-done position. That blue bin, with a UMP especially, really isn't ideal. Very vulnerable to flashbangs. If they check this, at best, he's going to get 1. He's got no backup whatsoever. I guess Electronic could throw a flash, but this A-pincer is looking absolutely deadly. Let's see if Zeus can find that 1 kill. He has to at least find that. And there's no reason why he wouldn't check this, to be honest. It's a poor position, especially if you're alone. You've got nothing to work with, no one to play with, and that will be a very easy frag for Na'Vi, or for Liquid, I should say, to kick things off as Electronic will fight back somewhat. He is low HP, but gets the shot on Taco.
Shot, Twists, however, finds 2 immediately back. Nitro caught in transition, deep smoke. It's going to force Flamey back inside CT. They're going to redress that with a high one on top of the bomb as well, so they don't get caught. Twists with another 2, puts him on already a total of 4. It's a shy total, but 4 is significant considering we're just now on round 3, and 2 of them come on this, the first gun round. Simple's going to try and head for the hills. In fact, he already has with the AWP. And not a single shot fired from it, meaning they still don't know that it's in play.
Yeah, really not a fan of that setup from Na'Vi. You couldn't really tell you what the idea was there. If anything comes towards long, Zeus or UMP, what's that really going to do? He's in a really vulnerable position. If he's in the pit, at least he can duck and weave and use the UMP and actually buys himself some time. That blue bin spot, it's good for 1 at the very most, but if you check it, he's going down. And at that point, Electronic was absolutely done for. Nothing he could do on the site. He gets 1 kill, but he was caught in flames and pincered from short as well. If you lose long, the T's going to try and capitalize upon that and apply pressure from short. The round 4 coming in, and Simple does save the AWP, as you mentioned, didn't get any action for the previous round. I think they need to address their setup somewhat. And they love a force buy. We'll see if they're that way inclined in round number 4 here. Certainly available to them. Can get FAMASs and some SMGs, but they're going for the more conservative approach, just CZs here and some armor. So trying to keep the money as strong as they possibly can as we get into it. Electronic can't believe what happened in the previous round. They're going to boost Simple up towards short. So he's going to be a little bit more proactive here as we will see the Kree come out once again for a leash. And they're all outside long right now. No one towards the tunnels whatsoever on the T side.
So Naf waiting out top. Comfortably stays put with twists. Pretty slow default. The Lee's the only one to take toward middle, and Simple with the AWP does catch them off. So this time he goes slightly more aggressive. We've seen the Lee's get an ace there last year as well. At a major, I think it was, I don't think what major it was. It might have been Boston last year, but either way, it was very aggressive toward mid. He often does that, tries to pick out and get information on catwalk while the others stay into a default. So Simple, being patient, finds the kill. Much Edward as well, pushing with this CZ. Taco, if he wanted to go on that, Taco seems to have no idea, and he's fixed upon that position with the pixel and seems somewhat inspiring for him, so I doubt he would even consider to look right.
Edward has called the B tunnels are clear. They have just arrived, and he might get the timing here. We'll have a look. It's going to be perfect, actually. He gets the shot and dinks another as well. Takes Taco down to 1 HP. This is an eco, essentially. They didn't invest too much into this round as they head towards B. The CTs are ready.
The other good thing about this is that Simple's AWP can now guaranteed rotate toward B. Edwards locked them into the tunnels with 28 seconds, so Simple gets there just in time. They have no choice but to go directly toward him, and there it is. They didn't know that gun was in the rounds. Na'Vi sweep Liquid under the rug very quickly in round number 4.
Absolutely, so that's much more like it. Na'Vi go from an M4 and an AWP to having 4 AK-47s here. They get their first round, but Twist bringing out the AWP on Dust 2. Certainly capable of using it. There's Simple opening things up, and that's exactly what you expect. If you have a solo AWP with pistols, you want the AWP to be aggressive and looking for that first bit of information, or ideally a kill, which is exactly what he got. Took down a leash, and they haven't broken the money fully just yet. You can see 2 pistols there for Liquid. That's going to be a Tech 9 and a Deagle. Another slow default here with Naf holding long twists with the AWP towards the T-spawn position as they get ready towards middle once again. A bit of spam to push back any potential players towards the CT area. And a leash with his famed Krieg looking for any opening picks here.
Yeah, he certainly has become one of the stable mates on that gun. There's no question about that. And Big has gotten pretty much everyone onto it. We're seeing more and more people transfer over. Tarek's using it this event by request.
Yes.
Team wanted to change things up and get him out of a funk. Flash toward catwalk.
That's
smoke, excuse me. Yeah, so Taco, that's not really going to do much, is it?
Nothing at all. That is really quite awful. A waste of a smoke, essentially, but still fine for now. You can see Electronic there on the bomb site. He's got 2 players with him, Zeus and Edward. This is much better in terms of the setup from Na'Vi. They can actually play off each other instead of taking gamble stacks in that B bomb site. Towards short. Liquid are positioned, and they're going to commit and execute here with the Molotov towards the ramp. You can see that doesn't land in an ideal position. Electronic still alive and ready to take as many kills as he possibly can, but it's just the first.
Slide back up, though, Edward. Couldn't find it. Taco's actually going to come around and find him as well. The AK should have easily sprayed into at least 2 of them at that position.
Didn't even have to spray, to be honest. That could have just been a few taps. He had, what, like 3 or 4 seconds with that? And that's the round gone. A quick reset there. Na'Vi. Disappointing finish. It wasn't the most technical execution at all. Team Liquid waiting for the smoke to dissipate, drop their own towards the catwalk position, flash over, Molotov at the ramp, which was hardly effective. We saw the good positioning from Edward, just couldn't find the aim or the shots.
Molotov did spread toward the box at the end, but you're right, they were able to walk back up and at least find one. You can see the adjustment for the bomb as soon as they realized the situation, that long had somehow fallen apart. Simple again will save this off, however.
Again.
So he will stay alive from now 5 rounds. He'll stay alive for 3 of them. And all since purchasing it, which means he and Flamey starting to build up some cash. There'll be enough to buy on the CT side.
The only way Na'Vi are going to fight back right now is if Simple changes his position every single round. They've realized Zeus and Edward are positioned towards that A side of the map with Electronic, to be fair. And it seems like it's really weak on the A side right now.
I don't know that you can take any prisoners on A, though, because you're right. The dynamic of the AWP, you can put it there so quickly, and there's no way to detect that it is.
So I'm not sure about that first kill, but Taco He lights them up, and that was the spray moment there. Edward had 2 kills on his screen. Should at least got one of those, and he's not happy with it. Electronic will go down, and they're going to buy up here. The first one was the double orbs, and he's been focusing towards long this time. With the orb on the A side, I'm a little bit more confident in their setup. Simple patrolling middle. He managed to take down a Liege before, and he replicate that. Maybe not. No vision as the smoke shrouds his view. See the Xbox smoke down there. It allows you to get up towards short. Ideally, you want to be throwing that every single round just to keep the CTs guessing as they continue their default once again. 3 players towards A. Edward's back in the B side. We've got Electronic, Flamey, and Zeus. Most importantly, Flamey, who's at the car with the AWP, but looks like they're maybe setting up for a B split once again. We'll see.
Suggests that is the correct pattern. Joe's going to go with the AWP. Twists. He'll push out. No counter push through CT as of yet. In fact, no one even in CT, but Simple. His op steps up. Nitro gets the response. Back onto the AWP for Dust too, by the way, because we've seen NAF, we've seen Nitro, we've seen that op be passed around a few times, and you're right, there's really no chance to rotate on it. They may try and pinch them in, at least look for exits, because Electronic covers out toward mid with a boost inside CT, and they've also got a push toward, tunnels Nitro.
Oh, Zeus.
That's a problem.
He
still has the advantage because he can pre-fire into it. Nitro only has the op, so he will get away with one. Flame, he found NAF in the meantime, but that could have been extremely awkward given that Nitro didn't even have his gun out when he was running in that direction originally. Surprisingly, it comes down to a 2-on-2, but as we know, the save's already been called, so at this point it will go 5-1 for Liquid. Will slowly make his way out of the site as well, confirming that no one's going to sneak in. Op left in there. In fact, Elise just cleverly puts that off the box. The reason being he doesn't want the bomb to push it through the window and just by chance have the CTs pick that up. So even that's a little detail that John's aware of.
Well, the orb will be saved. It's in the hands of Flamey for now. Electronic with the rifle. But every single commitment here from Liquid seems to be successful. There's not much in terms of pushback, to be honest. Round 7, and the money is not ideal. They do have enough for a secondary orb, though. Simple was $6,000. He stayed alive most of these rounds, having to save. As a tactical timeout comes through, they're going to have to decide what their options are at this point. Mid-split seemed too powerful for them. Basic executions, it all falls apart. This has not been a strong tournament for Na'Vi, but they've made it here to the quarterfinals. They need to wake up at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of how many lives do they have at this point, right? They've escaped so many disasters throughout this event. Got dealt a harsh one by Energy. Somehow out-survived them even to make it this far. So 5-1 T-side, Dust 2. We haven't seen a series start on Dust 2 in quite some time either. As Nitro tries to anticipate when they would jump across with the smoke down. Couldn't get it. In fact, they waited a long time just for that shot to go off. If they went quickly toward B, they might have been able to take advantage of that, but they are inside of the site at this point in time. Meanwhile, John, as he often does, Elige goes out toward Catwalk with the Krieg. And when they play this passive default, look for him to be at the bottom side of mid time and time again. He's going to look for information as much as possible in that position. Still. Take the charge toward Cat. Flash out Elige first around. Krieg could actually be beneficial to find that small pixel gap toward the head above the box on the site. Meanwhile, Flamey with an op is going to push up inside of the B tunnels. Taco in the corner. This would have to be miraculous if he dare go beyond that point. So he at least knows they're not in the tunnels, or at least is considering they might not be. That allows Edward a chance to check mid.
Does Flamey want to go any further? Doesn't seem like it. He'll fall back.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think he can justify it at that point. Not without any further information. Elige there, Taco there. It's easily tradable. Op down, rush B, easy. Bombs in that position as well, and ready for it. Flamey. First shot missed. Flash outs. Goes back. Can't find. A second miss is going to cost him his life, and not only that, Taco found both on the way through. Zeus tries to respond by pushing out it long, but Twist's ready for that. And round essentially over. Simple yet again with the AWP rendered useless on A. So this perhaps, as you're saying, if Simple's op is going to lead the charge, that's why Liquid want to slow it down. If you can't guarantee that it's not going to be there quickly at long, don't go quickly.
This is getting kind of awkward now. Na'Vi just have no defense whatsoever. They have the AWP there, 2 shots missed. At least one of those should connect. And then a double kill comes in from Taco. I bet he can't believe his luck. As the AWP falls back, they try and throw a trivial flashbang, but really does nothing for them whatsoever. And at that point, the double kill comes through, and it looks like we're finding all the frags here. Liquid running away with this one. It's just going to be simple left. Again, no kills for him, just on the wrong side of the map. Great calling so far. Liquid making things incredibly difficult for him as they hunt him down. He's behind the car right now, and that car is paper thin. It can be spammed very easily. He's fired up a shot. He should be going down here, and there you go. The wallbang comes through right through the car window. Money completely broken once again. Na'Vi with around $2,500 per player. Slight anomaly with Flamey on 4,400, but there's not much they can do with that. So the flashbang comes through. Taka repositions. They completely line up for him. That is not a B setup, I'm afraid. You can't have an AWP that close to the tunnels. There's no backup for him. What can Edward really do? He falls back and essentially hugs him, and it all falls apart.
There's 2 shots as well. That's...
If you're going to play that position, you have to hit one of those.
You've got to be guaranteed to hit the shot. It's just too easy to close the distance, close the gap when those misses occur. The man who opened the last round, Taco, found 2. He gets 1 this time. Twists. Able to hold off and duel against Edward. Simple is finally rendered to just a deagle, but still makes that work, in fact, more effectively than the AWP. Perhaps due to some sort of confidence instilled in Liquid to finally go toward long, and he welcomes an enemy with open arms, finally gets another kill.
Seeker looks like easy task here for Liquid. Nothing really to report. They've lost a frag at this point. It's Simple and Electronic left. Deagle and a CZ. Not really sure there's much available to them. One on the A side, that's going to be Simple. And then Electronic holding those mid doors. B side completely open. You can see them just making sure they check every nook and cranny here. Elige watching the flanks. He's doing a very good job as well. It is going to be 7-1. I'm not sure Na'Vi will post much more than a few rounds here. They don't seem to be mixing things up at all. We're not having any unique setups with a bit of aggression. We've seen Simple boosted up short once, but that's when they had pistols in the AWP, and that's the only round they've got so far. Not a single real gun round going in their favor at all. The Orcs coming out once again. The AWP is available to Simple once more. It is going to be purchased as we head into round number 9 here. Is there going to be a tactical timeout? They're discussing their options. They're going to change things up at all here. We shall see. Everywhere Simple goes, it seems Liquid go in the other direction. They are very good at running this default, getting intel as we head into another problematic situation. No defuse kits and 3 players towards B. It's Simple this time along. Much better. He gets the opening pick.
And well, this is exactly it, right? Liquid has played slow for this exact reason. There's no means of getting information if there's an AWP at long until you run in and find out the hard way. It's the first time they've done that. So they haven't really played into Simple's game. This time they do. So now we get to see if Liquid can pull it back a man down in the round. They haven't really had much struggle. They haven't really had a chance to try this, shall we say, if you wanted to try it. Man down with 1:18. 7-1. Certainly can break Na'Vi right here and now. Despite that they're building up that bonus, they could even just get 3 kills, as you would say, Henry, try and keep that money low.
Problem is, A is completely open right now. Simple needs to rotate back towards that car position and stop them getting towards the side. By the time he gets there, it could be too late. He's got a challenge here, and he knows they're on the side now. At least he can maybe stop the plant. I don't think that's going to happen, as Molotov smoke's deployed as well. Can Simple find anything out of this?
Surprised not to see an isolation smoke come out.
Oh, wow.
Cat, that's incredible from Naf. Taco's going to get Electronic. Nothing they can do at this point, it seems. They're already on the save. Zeus goes down at long, and Edward, he just wants to get out with an AUG. I was going to say, at that point, usually when you take Cat and you know there's players out toward long, you often see that bounce smoke that lands just in front of the car, basically cuts off long. But Simple just goes into battle, and Naf, what an angle to find behind the basket.
Great shots from Liquid, absolutely, but why is no one watching short whatsoever? You've got 2 players at long, both focusing that position. You've let them get all the way up catwalk. It doesn't seem like anyone's aware. No one's watching middle and calling for that information. It just seems like that area is just an absolute nightmare for them. Simple gets the opening frag. You think, okay, they can probably convert this one. But no, it actually falls apart and all 5 go down. Nothing will be saved as it goes to 8. Liquid look way too comfortable here. And you're right, the maximum loss bonus comes through. That's a small consolation prize on the CT side, because just that alone is not enough to purchase. They're going to have to take another partial buy at this point, but maybe that would actually light the fire beneath them. They'll try something a little bit more dynamic at this point. We will see. That was a fantastic shot from Naf there. Nice work from Elige as well, and just everything falling apart. Deagle CZs And a few smokes here. Flash long at the start, and they're actually going to be going towards lower B. This is the kind of plays I want to see in the gun rounds. Let's start using the stars we've got. Naf will open things up, but Zeus with the CZ, it's a promising position, but not when they're that away, because they put the Molotov at the start. Shouldn't be the double frag here. Electronic just doesn't have the ammo, but Simple does.
Simple has the bomb. It's a 1-on-3, but he has the bomb, and he's going to move forward to get an AK-47 as well. No armor does mean aim punch is a massive factor. Being clever, he'll stay proactive in this as well. Buys himself some time. Molotov goes both directions. They know that he's on the stairs.
Another one.
He picks up a second one as well on the corpses below. That's going to put Twist on 15, which means Simple gets another kill easily. Playing off the back of the smokes as well. He can still hold this. Minute and 7. They're making it very awkward. How much utility is this man going to pick up down here in the hallway?
This is insane, isn't it?
They even want to rotate to go buddy system because they can't afford to go one at a time.
Well, that was interesting why Twist went for the solo commitment by himself. They had a 3 versus 1 there, and he commits. I think he got caught in the Molotov and maybe out of position, but Simple can absolutely win this. 70 HP now, time ticking away. They know he's in lower B still, but he is... Oh my goodness, is he going to find both the kills there? He surely goes down now. Well held at the end. He got a little bit touch and go for them, and Nafly with 3 kills. Simple left in the 3 versus 1. He gets the first, but Liquid patient and make sure they go in together. Like you said, the buddy system. He went for the spray through the smoke. Doesn't find anything. The reload comes through, and that's their chance to punish. That was the partial buy, though, from Na'Vi. They'll take another time out here and work out what the problems are. But this is exactly what we've seen throughout this tournament. It's reminiscent of that mouse sports game, where it seems like they just haven't really got the theory side of the game down. Unless everyone's firing on all cylinders, it looks very weak right at this point. We'll see if they can recover. It's not too late. They can still bring this back to 9-6 as they bring out the AWP again. We'll look at the stats while we've got a chance here as well. So Simple at the very top with 8, Electronic there as well with the same numbers. That's great, but the problem is Flamey, who's had a very kind of quiet tournament by his standards. It's been a quiet year for him, to be honest. He's on 3, Edward 3, Zeus 1 and 9. It's just the fragging. It doesn't seem to be working out for them. They have been in the correct positions, but the shot's not connecting. And we'll see if they can adjust that here. As we get into round number 11, it's Nitro back on the AWP. No long spawn, but a fantastic B setup here. They could go for a sort of B rush just to completely mix things up here. As they send 3 players towards the tunnels, there is Simple being boosted up towards short. He's not going to have too much to work with up there because no one's in middle right now.
Nitro's only had 2 kills in this game. He hasn't had to do a whole lot. One of them did come on the AWP. Try and use it again to his advantage, T-side. CTs haven't really been pushing too often, and now they're going to. Simple back on the op. This boost is very, very prominent. Oh. First off, they failed it. I don't think he would have hit the shot anyway, and Elise just barely was too far forward to be spotted. Again, though, when they slow it down, this is what Elise wants to do. Get close, make contact, and get as much information as possible. Even trying to bait with a shot toward mid, and then see if anyone from Catwalk will respond to his position. That's still there. That's Taco that just walks out to find Edward. He's getting bullied over there at this point.
They're getting bullied all over the place at this stage, and Taco's actually in the B side now. How do they retake this? You can see it's Flamey who walked. Man, he's just walked in by himself. He knows the bomb site has been overrun. Like, you might as well save at that point. I think he just ran in with nothing. And it's just another round where there's nothing to report, nothing to analyze or dissect. Taco just walked into a smoke, killed Edward. There's no reply whatsoever, and that's round over.
Taco and Flamey and Edward are your B players. They combined for 6 kills. Taco's your entry right now for Liquid. He has 13 total, and he's absolutely overrun them on B every single round. We saw the double miss AWP where he found both of them lined up conveniently.
And remember, this is Na'Vi's pick. You wouldn't have thought so from what we've seen so far. It's great play from Liquid, but they're not having to be tactical masterminds at this point. That's Taco looking through his default. He's using that smoke, jumping on the box. Nice little move, but Edward should be aware of it. It seemed like he was absolutely caught out, and the hunt is back on. They're not going to let them save anything at this stage. It's going to be double digits for Liquid as the bomb is absolutely confirmed. Electronic trying to hold onto his rifle here on the A ramp. Nice shot. Definitely got the potential to find those, but Naf will punish him. Simple just has to hold the AWP. It's not even worth him trying to take players down. Nafly's got 16k. They're the ones on the hunt. Not the quarterfinal we're expecting, I'm afraid. But there is money there with the saved weapons and the maximum loss bonus to at least get another buy here. But just need to change something up. But they're trying to move Simple around. We saw him boosted up towards short. Nice little move there from Taco, but it's just way too easy for them. Flamey comes in. Obviously, the window's Molotov, so where else are you going to be looking? If you've already got the B site, you just keep your eyes on the doors, and that's it. It's pretty simple procedure.
Look at this. Taco again, already inside of the smoke, and Edward can't do anything.
That's it, round over.
How confident is Taco? He just runs to the site right off the start. At this point, he's like, I'm killing them all anyway. I might as well just do it.
This is just not good enough, is it? Like, to be fair, in this round, like, he didn't have the incendiary to work with there, so drop the smoke, but you can see they've got absolutely nothing at all. As
Simple's looking down the line going, guys, what are you doing over there? Twists will get another glance. You're right, round's over long ago.
As soon as that pick comes in, if you've got nothing and they've got the B side, then you just got to save. Again, this is one of the least hype games we've had this tournament. This is absolutely nightmarish for Na'Vi at this point.
In fairness, the interesting thing about this is it's Na'Vi have survived. We've used that word a lot in this event because they had a struggle against Order. Barely won it out against, well, got smoked by Energy, but barely won it out against just about everyone. I think it wasn't G2, but snuck by, perhaps it was Renegades. Snuck by, and we saw, that's a sick shot. We saw that Energy beat them so handedly, and Liquid had their most convincing series against Energy that they've had in their small rivalry a week ago in Malta, which means they're steps and bounds beyond that even, and now that's proving to be the case. Na'Vi's just not looked in this tournament at all. Despite being this far, they've not really been convincing.
So he just goes to the smoke, and to be fair to Edward, he is there alone. Was there a shot completely through the smoke from Nitro? Okay, that's a bit of a shame. Flamey just caught out as he rotates across. But they're going to have to force by now. They need all these last rounds. They're going to have to get a bit of luck here. And Double Nade might find the frag here. Does a ton of damage, but so does Nitro. Zeus goes down to 1 and 11 here. They are just getting picked off at the start of each and every round. Luckily, some damage done this time, and Edward will get a frag with that CZ, but can't recover the rifle just yet. Oh my goodness, Nafly, he'll get challenged towards B. So reclaiming part of the map. A promising situation now. You got B tunnels, they have longer than control, and this is the response. Nitro calls for his teammates to make their way towards short, and who's defending it at this point? It's going to be Flamey, who has not looked sharp.
First time they've had to make a mid-round call to adapt on this Flamey. Try and do what he can, flashes high. This time the incendiary forces him up, and Nitro's waiting for him. So rather than holding him off with the higher incendiary last time that they couldn't get landing right, this time they put it lower and they wait for the fight instead. Twists will get Edward. Smoke goes down, and it's going to be Simple again. And another 1-on-3. AK in hand. It's going to be 12-1. Liquid just absolutely stomping them at this point in time.
Yeah, this is way too easy. They have to force by at this point. Obviously, they came in with SMGs and FAMASs and stuff, but this side of the time, Very Simple's definitely going down here as well. And that was their force buy. Again, no money. Hovering on the 4K model. Have to buy what they can. Round 14. And Liquid just so comfortable. Edwards just bought a PP Bizon. So not only has this gone wrong so far, he actually just misbought the worst gun in the game. So I'm not sure he probably kept that quiet, Matt. He was just like, you know what? I'm not going to tell the guys about that one. Just throw it away. Not let them know. There it is. The lonely Bizon has spawned. That's really the worst thing that could happen at this point. Edward now has no armor. As Electronic, he goes down once again. They're rushing B, boys. Get in there. As it's going to be up to Edward, who has been getting wrecked in the B site. He's got a hold here. He's got to get at least one kill, but that's not going to happen. Round over again. Flamey with the UMP. Takes the nade to the face and surely some bullets as well. And it's a 4 versus 2. Nitro's still in T-spawn. He gets that opening pick. Lovely shot from Simple, but the round was over. That opening kill, they're just going to make their way towards B, and it's done.
Yeah, same play as last time after Nitro found the opener. Elise is already going to watch off toward the tunnels. Knowing that Simple was out toward middle, it's likely he could head in that direction. Zeus, 2 ops, CT side, round 14.
Here he comes.
He's going to spot him. Oh, spotted him twice. Realized, then gets a chance to get the line up and wanted to do exactly that. He's not quite so flashy, so make it safe, make it secure.
They did, the kills are just not that really important at all, really.
No.
You can see Twist and Taco, they've got so much money. They might as well hunt and try and see what they can do. Inconsequential, really. Taco's even willing to go down on the bomb. He knows he can't really escape it. Goodbye, Taco.
He doesn't care. Sometimes 1-3-7, and absolution is the best way to solve problems, Henry.
Well, the auto shotguns will come out, the double AWPs as well. I think it goes without saying at this point, they're going to absolutely need this final round. Here's Nitro again, through the smoke. How does he keep getting that timing? That's insane. Simple got a lovely shot here, but the round was already over. See Nitro enjoying himself here. All those snipers are out. Just the one, though. No damage inflicted, and there's the smoke for Xbox being deployed. Simple AWP in towards B this time. Every part of the map's been a problem. It's not like he can really plug all the holes.
Smoke does go down again for Elige, and despite that they started off with him playing slow, they decided just to run it out, and he will push. He will push towards Simple this time in B. Finally, a change-up hidden with the AWP. When he catches them off with the first pick is the only choice they have, or only chance they have to win out.
And then runs away with the round. They had pistols and just that AUG. That wasn't technically a gun round. And then there was so much blood towards the B side. Taco, every single round has seemed to push through and find the kills. I'm not sure why it was so weak. It was an absolute disaster on that side of the map. Here are the scores, and you remember Zeus got that kill, the AWP outside B, the pretty much sitting duck. He gets 2 in the entire half. Blamey with 4. Not sure what's going on with him. He used to be the absolute star of this team. But Taco, great performance from him. Those B tunnel holds and pushing towards B, just an absolute nightmare as he kept finding shots, entering the site time and time again. And a must-win pistol here from Na'Vi as we enter the second half. We'll have a look at the buy, see if we can work out where they may be heading on the Na'Vi side. It's going to be a Molotov for Electronic, Zeus with the smoke and flashbang, and a P250 for Edward, who's got the Superman setup with the Kevlar as well. So that P250 was dropped for him. 4 players outside long, and we'll see if that smoke has been deployed. Not quite. I think they're going to use it for the crossover. As a Legion twist, they'll be pushing towards short and focusing on lower B for now.
He's still down below. Wide of that box. Would be able to spot Elige's head when he swings to check top. Instead, now they've subsided on the Liquid side. Back toward the sights. Edward still waiting top with the P250. Everyone's about to become a lot better with pistols because that's all you get in danger zone. You don't get any ammo, though, so you better be very good with them.
7 bullets in your Glock is all you need.
That's what I always say. Taco. Zeus? All the way around? Taco's pushed out B this whole time. We've been playing a game of cat and mouse with the default, and He's able to push out, find one, but the overreaction, perhaps, as they thought they could capitalize on that panic. They've actually given 2 kills back. Naf. Oh, he's going to
Nice struggler.
No,
yeah.
He does. Good call. I thought he was going to wait for a second one, but he actually gets spotted. Edward takes him down. He didn't want to take the shot originally because it's the backside of the head. It's harder to hit. Edward back for more as well with the P250. Makes contact, but now they'll whoosh over toward B, and inside of it, they've got 1 player waiting, Nitro, and he's going to play the doors so he can be effective, get a pick, and then fall back. Low HP. Couldn't hit Edward. Only needed 1 shot, but went for the headshot instead. It's going to be Elige to wrap around behind.
Oh, there's no time here. Electronic's got 8 seconds. You have to find both the kills. Not going to happen. And Taco completely dismantles Na'Vi. I'm not really sure they're waiting for. You're going to have 4 players outside long. Presumably have 1 maybe just watching the flanks or someone in B tunnels, just anything really. And it all falls apart. A decent attempt there from Edward to bring it back to the PG-50. Some nice shots, but overall, Na'Vi just not looking comfortable here. This was lovely from Edward. Great shot there, and then the 180 hit on Naf. I just knew as soon as he lost track of him there, it's going to be a really difficult procedure with the USP to find that quick headshot. Edward certainly gets it, but they just ran out of time there. They're going to force buy here. They can't really afford to go 15-2 down at this stage. So Scouts, UMPs, Deagles. Nitro flashes over. Players on the other side. 4 terrorists. As the scout fires off, he will not be peeking that again. It's one of the most difficult angles to face as a CT, especially if you don't have the AWP and the smoke down. So all players towards middle, no presence at long. What is the play here? They got smokes with a split. I assume that's what they go for. And there's the smoke from Electronic being deployed now. Or at least getting ready for it. No one's watching long right now, so the amount of time they're wasting, they've got no one thinking about the backstab. This could be disastrous, but they have got our middle, cleanly at least. So not all is lost. Smoke down makes things a little bit more problematic. They do go for that mid-split, and Flamey, with no armor, will be dropped to low HP. And what a push this is, but Flamey hits the headshot.
Absolutely did. To open up the B side. Taco found through the smoke as well by Edward. Makes things a little bit more complicated. Naf's already backing off, Elige to do the same. Navi's going to steal 1 back. We'll go 14-3. I'm not that excited yet, so I won't fake it.
Well, 5 players survive. That is the force buy in the second round. It does work out for them. Na'Vi waiting for that B split for a while. Liquid were very defensive, and the SMG not delivering that for Nitro. They're going to try and hold on to what they can here. Twist will find another $600 with their first kill of the round. Simple. That's one hell of a scout shot. Takes him down, removes extra cash, and it will be 14-3. The long road for Na'Vi begins here as they hunt down the remaining players. Now will be dropped as well. Some signs of life here for Na'Vi. That's a clean round for them. Just Elige, who holds towards the long doors at this point. Edward with the shadow. He'll be taken down, just a note. So Elige does survive on 2 HP, brings the FAMAS into the next round. Will they force this? Don't necessarily have to, but even with the 1900 coming in next round, they still can't buy. So they might just choose to force around this FAMAS and see what they can do with it. Get the Deagles out, the CZs, and see if they can find it quickly. It's exactly what they will do. CZ's purchase for Twist, PD50 for Elige, Scout for Naf. He is quite deadly with that weapon, and Simple still on his. Does Naf want to challenge middle? That's the question. No smoke down, but oh, there it is at the back.
Now still waiting with the Scout, trying to find miraculous headshot. I reiterate, I've said it a few times this week, but he was the MVP. Going into the final, actually, it was between Ethan Cirque, Twists, Naf, one other player, I'm not sure. It might have been Elige. It's for the MVP, and basically Naf just had an incredible final and outdid all of them and took home the MVP award in Malta. Naf tries to find it. He does have a lineup. He's gone back, and he finds Edward. Clean headshot. Second peek, that's not easy to do. You're in a rushed position. You've got to hit the shot and get away with the shoulder peek. And Flamey finally gets one back onto Elige, but look at Nitro's position. Sees at 75 up close. One headshot at least. Chance to go for more, but Simple's not silly. He'll spray and pre-fire into the corner. So now Nap has to reposition toward the car instead. Smoke intentionally deployed to allow them to wrap further toward the quad, give them more space, more depth to control the headshot angle. Exactly like that.
Nice shot from Simple. That should make things a lot more comfortable at this point. Bomb definitely planted, and up against Twists and Taco. FAMAS and Scouts with no kit available here. It's Simple doing most of the heavy lifting here with the 2 frags. An excellent one towards Naf as they both go towards long here. Simple, that AK-47, Zeus behind him as well. They have spotted one of the players. They don't have to challenge. They've got a flashbang of his buy time at this point. Zeus, not sure why he goes to that pick, and it costs them the round. They had the flashbang. Could have been a bit more defensive if it spotted both players there. A questionable peak, and it compromises Simple position as well. And there it is. It will be round number 15. If they can pick up the defuse, which they absolutely do. Na'Vi, after finding that second round force buy, it all collapses in the third. And once again, Liquid back in the driving seat here. They'll save 2 AK-47s, of course, picked up from the corpses. And we'll get into round 19. Has to be the force buy. All power for Simple, though. 16 kills to his name. Electronic 13. The stars certainly are shining. They're doing what they can. There's just too much dead weight, it seems, right now. This is their map pick, and they just seem lost.
Nah, there's something's going on with Na'Vi this event. No one's getting kills. Edward said it. There was a long group stage for them. They were just surviving it at that point in time. They nearly lost their opening matchup. They did lose a best of 3 to put them in the lower bracket against Energy. Twist takes out Edward. Beginning of the end, perhaps. Na'Vi, I think this is a tournament best left behind them, and not exactly the way you want to end the year, but the good news is it is the end of the year. Perhaps you can forget it, go home, and enjoy the holidays, because I wouldn't want to remember this one at all if I were them. Interestingly, Na'Vi normally puts up, when they're on their game, better series against Astralis than Liquid. And yet Liquid had more fans seemingly in this crowd. It's indicative of the fact that they want Astralis to go against the team they've been dominating so many times.
Nice shot from Simple. It's right up at the A side as he pushes through the mid doors. That's not bad either. A little bit too late at this point, but still looking promising here. As the Molotov goes down towards spawn to stop the rotation. CTs will just save at this point, realizing it's not worth it. They've still got the majority of their rifles up, but that's bomb down. Round for Na'Vi. It's going to take a lot more than that to even think about getting to overtime. But nice job from Simple to get out towards middle. They're really sticking together on this T side as he opens things up and they try and capitalize on his openings. So Nitro just trying to get some intel here to see if they try and fall back through CT. Then he can challenge and take some money away from them for the next round potentially. And they might be heading in that direction. We'll see. Flashbang down. Zeus is thinking about it. So Nitro will spot a few in a second. And then what's he got? He's got the smoke, and that's about it. FAMAS in hand as Flamey goes hunting here. I just want to make sure they keep everyone up, to be honest. Electronic makes his way towards the doors. It looks like it will survive with 3 up, and Twist with that AK-47. So Na'Vi do get their 4th round. Naf with 2,500, Elige 14. They might as well buy this, to be honest. You've got 3 rifles up already. You can drop an MP5 or something like that if required, an MP9.
Naf's already proven he's capable on the scout in this game alone. Not that he needed to prove it again. He's done that so many times before. Taco having the AK carried over along with Twist. As you say, those 2 rifles, those are hugely influential on the CT side. So Simple's going to start off aggressively with the op. Doesn't hold for the pick. In fact, wants to drop down and try and push all the way out toward Catwalk. Expecting perhaps that if Liquid buys, they'll sit back. But if they don't, if they stay on the pistols, they might try something unorthodox, such as being aggressive on Cat. So that's why the op is positioned for this. And Flamey clears out lower while he babysits above. Now they can start to establish more map territory. In fact, they're just going to go straight through. Not a bad play to find one, but only one. Nitro, traded by Zeus, managed to at least get one back onto Flamey first. But a 4-on-3. Twist still out on the A side. Nav's going to try and rotate back over. Taco backside of the B behind the box. Perfect position to be in. Has an AK as well. It's perfect so long as he doesn't get Molotov'd or pushed out of this position. He's going to keep his head low. He's hoping to pop up late and catch them in the corridor so that he has a lineup.
He can actually see through that smoke. So this little fake they're trying isn't going to do too much or force a rotation. But Naf only with a scout, remember. Presumably still struggles here,
wow.
Especially if Simple's hitting shots like that. Not bad at all through the door. And it's going to leave Twist in a very difficult position here. He's towards Goose, and the Molotovs are raining in. Also, the flashbangs as well. Can he get anything out of this?
He certainly can. He's going to find both. Twist line up toward Catwalk. He's hit Simple down to 22. He's on the AWP, however, so Twist needs to be careful in how he pursues the fight. He's tagged him once again. He's on 2 HP, and now Twist is expecting company elsewhere. He still has Taco in this. And Taco's got an AK to work with as well. Twist still in the middle of nowhere. Wasn't sure. He wanted to re-peek aggressively, but the Molotov put him in an awkward position, and he hesitated to get back toward the ramp, but he's given Taco a massive chance in this. He's got a kit as well. Not that it may or may not be required given how close he is, but he can slow it down tremendously. Simple, again, has the op. That 2 HP won't matter if he finds the lineup first, but that's not going to happen, and he knows Electronic's still on the sights. He's got the headshot, and Liquid's got the game.
I have to say, Matthew, Taco gets MVP at Dust 2 for me. Absolutely sensational on the T side. Absolutely broke the back